Hi, I'm DJ Rad Key, and welcome to what is now my 81st vlog in the series. Thank you for joining me. It is Thursday, September 13th, 2018. There is no school today at the Scratch Academy. I did have a nice gig last night. It's a gig that I've spoke about before, the Tilted Kilt. But I do want to give a bar review today. Today's vlog will be a bar review of the Tilted Kilt in Boca Raton. I'll talk a little bit about the restaurant, both from perspective as a DJ playing there and as a guest. I visited there multiple times as a guest. I think it's a great spot. I won't reveal my grade just yet, but it is a fairly positive review. So we'll begin with my bar review from a DJ's perspective, I guess, this first half. And as far as a DJ playing it, it's been great. I mean, they've paid me, which is great. I didn't really have to chase down a check or an owner or really inquire too much. It was basically spoke with the owner. He said that, send him an invoice and he would cut me a check, which he did. So that was great. So shout out to the ownership and management of the Tilted Kilt, because I know other DJs have told me in the past that sometimes a big challenge with any restaurant or bar is collections, because it's not like if you were to do a house party where you have a host and obviously that host would pay you a check or cash that night or whatever plans you've had worked out. With the bar, you might have an owner, a manager, there might be miscommunication. So again, shout out to the Tilted Kilt for having me, which was now my second week in this 4-week series, which is the Wednesday car club, we'll call it. I played from 7 till 10. I did do a past event with them, a Jeep event, which they do, I think, like once a month, every Friday. I was out of town, and then something else came up, so I've missed the last 2 Jeep events, but maybe I'll get this one next time around. But as a DJ, it was a good time. It was a good time. I really had a good time last night. The weather was super muggy, super hot. There's this tropical storm hitting Carolinas, but we're getting some odd weather as well. So a suggestion or tip as I throw some along the way in this vlog is bring a second shirt. Boys or girls, bring a change of clothes, because by the time you get out those speakers, you're sweaty, you're hot, and you want to have some swag when you're behind that DJ booth. You don't want to drop your first song in a shirt that's drenched in sweat. And I learned that from last week. I did bring a second shirt last week, but I was just so caught up the moment started playing. It was like, I'm just going to roll with a sweaty shirt. But this time around, I'm definitely changing. I was super sweaty. It was super hot. But did get everything set up in time. I've got the cut down setup time to about 45 minutes now. I've made some adjustments. I think I'm going to continue to make some other adjustments. Didn't put out the lights this time. Didn't feel like they're really a necessity there. But more about the Tilted Kilt, that is the restaurant part, is it was busy. It was busy. They seem to be always pretty heavily staffed. I imagine there's a fairly high turnover. That's just a guess. They are located right next to FAU, which is probably a hotbed for good-looking employees. And they do keep a fairly good staff. I'm very happy, and I guess that's the reason why a lot of people do go to what is, it is a sports bar, but it is in the restaurant category. I love that, restaurant. Of course, with Tilted Kilt with Twin Peaks, and of course the notorious Hooters. The Tilted Kilt definitely has a high caliber of women, so check on that if you're looking for a restaurant in quality in your restaurants. But as far as food goes, I haven't eaten there. As a DJ, I love or do super appreciate when owners or managers or people give me food. A working DJ doesn't have much money, so food is also always appreciated. So if you do enjoy these vlogs and do ever get a DJ, even if you offer up a sandwich, a hamburger, anything, it's always a pleasure, because usually we're on the go and we haven't had a big meal, it's late at night. So with all that, feed a DJ if you can. But Tilted Kilt didn't offer to feed me, but anyway, it would have been cool, but I was a little hungry last night. But regardless, gig went well. Didn't have a chance to try their food and therefore can't review their food. But as a guest, being there in the past, didn't eat there in the past either. Just had some beers and hung out. But I did visit the location Phoenix, which was a high-tier level employees. I think good service overall, clean restaurant. Everything seemed operable like a good, solid ran restaurant should be, as far as the Phoenix location. And as far as the Tilted Kilt location in Boca, again, as far as a review, as a consumer / DJ, I'll give it a B plus. I mean, why not? Why not give it a B plus? It's hard to give an A. I'm a tough critic, and I'd have to check out more restaurants to finalize that category. But putting it as a sports bar, I'll give it a B plus. An A is a hard grade to get, and have to be a really cool sports bar. And it's tough just because it's a franchise, so they can't necessarily go too outside of the box as far as decorations and operations. There's definitely a standard operating manual and procedures they need to be taking, but I think like a true A plus sports bar is like one would be like right next to the stadium or like in a downtown area, or like let's say, you know, a bar that's on a college campus, and again it's very close to FAU but it's not on the campus. But to be like a true sports bar, whether it be a college, pro, or whatever, I think to get an A in the sports bar category, you have to be really, really intensely knit or have some unique characteristic about yourself as a sports bar. But overall, you know, like I said, a B plus I think is a good grade for the Tilted Kilt. Just as far as like a quick little synopsis of what the Tilted Kilt is, again, it's located, and the one I DJ at is located in Boca Raton, and it's 3320 Airport Road, Boca Raton 33431. And it's an odd location because it's very visible off of 95, but it's hard to get to because Airport Road is almost like a service drive just east of the 95, and then the school is right just north of there, and the ocean isn't too far away as well. So it's a good location. It's high visibility, tricky to get to, but you can find it if you need to. Right next to a mattress store and in a plaza amongst airport-related activities, because there is a small airport there, Boca Raton Airport. So they have like a training school and equipment and stuff like that. There's also a movie theater and a couple other restaurants. There's really no true competition as far as if you went there to walk and go somewhere else. It does have the benefit, I know a lot of Tilted Kilts do tend to be by movie theaters because people can go before or after the movie theater. So that's probably a big option because there is a movie theater, but the movie theater isn't really super close by. It is close by, but it's kind of like a short block away. But there's really no true competition for them, so that always helps. Location is good, great patio, parking is easy, and the parking provides me as a DJ a great place to play as an outside venue. So just a synopsis of what was last night and my now third time playing there, but we'll basically just kind of view this week compared to last week because they're much similar and surroundings, and being that it was kind of a high-end souped-up car show with sponsors, I did make a couple announcements. I'm not great on the mic yet. I'm new on the mic. I'm not necessarily a mic guy. I've never been a mic guy. I would like to, though. I'd like to become a better mic guy. I think that's just something that's going to come with time and practice. I think these vlogs have helped me. I think, you know, the Academy has helped me. The proper techniques and how to use a mic and when to use it. The thing with a gig like last night is I basically timed out like every other song. I played most of my songs out and played in about halfway or the right part, sometimes not even the right part, just when I felt like the pressure of saying something, just because maybe a sponsor was around and I knew a couple people involved. So every time they got kind of close, I felt like a necessity to grab the mic and give a shout out to the sponsor. I saw a woman who was booked me for a Halloween party. Saw her again, and she seemed very excited. Came up to the DJ booth and was like, "Hey, you know, you remember me?" I'm like, "Of course, yeah, I remember you." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't got my songs to you yet, but you know, I'm really excited. She seems like a really good person. I'm getting good energy from her, so I'm happy to play their Halloween party." She mentioned no Drake and no Nicki Minaj. I looked at her like, that's not gonna happen. Nicki Minaj, yeah, I can go now without playing Nicki Minaj, but Drake is nearly impossible. But hey, if that, like I said in past vlogs, you play what the host wants, and the host does not want to hear Drake, fine. But if 5 people request Drake, I'm gonna have to go to the host and be like, hey, I know you said no Drake, but 5 people requested Drake. Like, I'm gonna have to drop in my feelings. It's a house party, it's a Halloween party, it's 5 hours long. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. She did mention she wanted to hear some dance hall and some reggaeton, which I'm gonna have to download a lot of, but I do have a lot of time. It's not till October 27th. And I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Halloween party. Do have to get a Halloween costume. I will have to go Halloween costume shopping, which is always fun. I love Halloween costume shopping. So one of the highlights of my year is finding a great Halloween costume. Don't know what I have in mind yet, but due to the Tilted Kilt, you know, I did book this Halloween gig. So not to talk too much about further events, but that's really the only events I have lined up. Unfortunately, not a lot of booking, not a lot of gigs. Some past gigs I mentioned never came to fruition. I'm not doing the tailgate. I was just informed that today, so hey, that is what it is. I thought I was doing the second tailgate. I'm not, but it's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. Everything will go well for everybody. So no tailgate, But do have, 2 more weeks of the Tilted Kilt, do have the Halloween party, and do have the graduation performance at Patty Mac. So that's kind of how the month's wrapping up, and before you know it, school will be over, it's done, the vlogs will be done soon, so I'll just be able to kind of settle into my life as a working DJ. But until then, see everything that is DJ Rad Key on djradkey.com. And of course, be good to people, be nice, don't litter, keep your ocean life clean, phone a friend you haven't talked to, and as always, peace.